Hi, welcome to Elaine Enlightenings's video blog number 34. Today we're continuing through Course in Miracles, and I'm going to be sharing with you what is present for me. It may feel like a little bit of a heavy subject, and I'm going to tap on this as opposed to spending a lot of time on the lesson itself, because I'm going to incorporate this lesson into the tapping. And this way I can be teaching you and also giving you an opportunity to heal the perception of fear of death and of separation. So basically yesterday was an interesting day because it was the anniversary of my husband's passing. We were married 23 years and 4 children and a son-in-law and a grandbaby on the way at the time of his passing. And so today, it was 12 years yesterday. Now in the past, I'm not going to get into a lot of this because I don't want to make the video really long, so I just want to get to the tapping. But I did want to just say in background that basically I didn't allow myself to grieve. At first I felt like I had to be tough and strong and show that I had a lot of faith, and that was just because I bought into the idea of having a facade and just really didn't understand what it meant to get in touch with my feelings so that I could release them, so that I can move forward in my life. And I did move forward, I just didn't allow myself to grieve until I started doing holistic belief reprogramming. And this helped me to release a lot of old negative baggage and memories. Now, it's not that we're trying to forget people, obviously that's not the point here. The idea is to be free from the guilt and let go of all grievances of the past and the memories that we hold on to about death and separation. And like I said, we could talk for hours about this topic. So the idea here is to recognize that I do not perceive my own best interests in any situation. Okay? But I was saying that I did yesterday allow myself to just be with my emotions. And it was a pretty weepy day. I don't know if I'm going to weep in this video. It doesn't matter whether I do or not. What the point of this is that I did apply this lesson all day yesterday, and it was very wonderful. So as you apply the lesson specifically throughout the day, it is in this situation involving such and such. So the situation for me was involving grieving over the passing of my husband, and I would like for what to happen, blank to happen, blank to happen. And we just want to fill in those blanks, and that's what we're going to do in the video with my tapping today, as I'm still acknowledging that there's a part of me that is still holding on to some past pain, okay? And also this whole situation will and can be, it will be healed completely. Now what that means, what that looks like, obviously I don't have that perfect understanding, or I wouldn't be sitting here creating videos on how to heal through the process. But at the same time, I do realize, and of course the Miracles is very clear, everything in the past will be healed. And so what does that mean? Right? These people are not gone. Now I knew that all along. I always knew that people I love may not be in my physical presence, but they're spirits. But I was still holding on to a lot of pain, and that just keeps us from being able to be free. We really do want to be happy and free and have peace. But it's important to get really honest. So when you're going through your day and you notice the situations that are happening or the thoughts you have about situations that create issues, be really honest about what you want to happen, and you'll notice a pattern. You'll see that there's conflicting things that you want to happen. They conflict with each other. And that just shows that we're stuck in ego consciousness where we chose the separation, and we're not really ready for that to be healed, or it would be. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a deep breath. If you haven't tapped with me before, it's fine. You just follow along with me and repeat after me and start on karate chop. Even though I do not perceive my own best interests In this situation with the passing of Bryce, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I do not perceive my own best interests, and a part of me thinks he's gone forever, that I'll never see him again exactly the way we were, and that's somewhat scary. And a part of me thinks that we'll just meet on the side of the spirit, behind the veil. I'm still holding on to some pain and grief and guilt. I ask God and the angels to help me. To be more powerful anyway. Yeah, I do not perceive my own best interests in this situation. Death seems like it's inevitable. Everyone's going to die. My dear friend is afraid she's going to die too. And I am also afraid for her. Cancer feels like a death sentence. That's what they say in the world. People die in accidents, just like my husband. This world is so unsafe. Part of me wants him to be here the way it was, living back on the farm when the children were small. Thought I was going to grow old on the farm. I never dreamed he would go before me. And even after 12 years, finally allowed myself to grieve. But a part of me knows I'm holding on to past beliefs about fear of death, separation. There's really just a thin veil separating us. There have been times when I felt his presence, even very recently, to assure me that we're not really separated at all. This physical world is not my reality. But I've made it my reality for so long. I'm still holding on to many fears about death. It comes from a lot of guilt. Thinking I've been wronged. Thinking that God turned his back on me. Feeling all alone. Thinking life is short. That's what everyone says. Might as well live it up now, because we're just going to die anyway. We're all so frail and weak and powerless. Another part of me knows that we have unlimited power. We don't have to suffer and die in this world. All of our perceptions can be healed. I must have decided wrongly, because I'm not at peace. I made the decision myself to believe in separation and death, sickness and loss. But I can decide otherwise. I want to decide otherwise, because I want to be at peace. I do not feel guilty because the Holy Spirit will undo all the consequences of my wrong decisions about death and dying, about cancer, sickness, about being powerless and weak, about being frail and life being short, about God punishing me, about God allowing all this stuff, all this pain to happen. Because I got to learn more lessons. Sometimes I resent that. But now I know I've created this reality. It's really miscreation. And all my perceptions can be healed. All the past can be healed. Everything can be seen in a totally new light. Because in this perception, in this situation, I do not perceive my own best interests. The Holy Spirit will undo all the consequences if I will let Him. I choose to let Him by allowing Him to decide for God, for me. Decide for God, for me. Decide for God, for me. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Okay. Take a deep breath and see how that feels. Now there's a lot that we could tap on here and a lot of different directions we could go. I certainly feel more grounded right now as a result of the tapping. And the power of the language of Course in Miracles is amazing, and to tap on it is amazing. To learn more about the system that I have been taught, which is amazing for healing, and that you've been allowed to share with me in here today, is holistic belief reprogramming. And I'll have a link under the video so that you can go read about that. If you're interested in private sessions where we can actually discover the patterns that are holding you back, you can go to taplightunlimited.com/coaching. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.